united, and it was, for both of us, a blessing that we actually found each other.
A Broken Arrow man finally knows his biological family after 75 years. Adopted at a young age, it was a journey to get to this point, even taking it to court. But now it's like they never missed a beat. KJRH for you reporter Micah Hatfield was there as they reunited in a story you'll only see on 2.
Married for more than 50 years, 4 kids, 7 grandchildren, and 4 great-grandchildren. Tony Tortorisi has a lifetime of experiences.
We lived in an area called Tudor Village. Yes, very nice. All the homes were Tudor style.
He was born in an orphanage in Scranton, Pennsylvania in the 1940s and calls himself a war baby. His mother gave him to foster care.
She, I guess, was shamed into being an unwed mother and having a child, and they kind of sent her away to the St. Joseph Center.
He was adopted at the age of 3 by the Tortorisis. The now 75-year-old said it wasn't until his adopted parents died that he started digging, trying to find his biological family. He hit roadblocks, but that made him become more aggressive in his search.
And I knew there had to be a way forward.
It wasn't until a change in the law in Pennsylvania in November that he was able to get his birth certificate. He found his actual name was Charles Joseph Ficcaro.
Sure, you're a Tortorisi for 75 years, and all of a sudden you're a Ficcaro. Very weird.
He learned his biological mother passed away in 2010. His father's name was not on the birth certificate. But through Facebook, Tony found his siblings, Joe, Janet, John, and Judy. In January of this year, John reached out to Tony for the first time. It was an emotional conversation, to say the least.
Well, he asked, how does it feel to have an older brother? And my response was, how does it feel to have a younger brother?
You don't know what to expect on the other end of the line, right? And I'm sure John was as hesitant as I was, but once we started communicating to another and we realized that, wow, this is for real. I'm the only one that they tell me looks like my mother.
They talked for an hour that night. Turns out, Tony's birth mother told her other children about Tony on her deathbed. Since then, they had been looking for him too.
If you knew my mother, how much she loved and cared for us, I just can't imagine what she had to go through to do, to give Tony up for adoption.
The siblings talk on the phone, email, and chat on Facebook, learning more about one another every day. Tony visibly filled with joy over his reunion. This June, Tony and his wife Jo are heading up to Pennsylvania to meet in person. His brother John says their family is now complete.
We have a lot of catching up to do, I know that.
We seem to have fostered a relationship, and I think it's growing deeper all the time.
In Broken Arrow, Micah Hatfield, KJRH for you.